Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in captivity? Across Nigeria and beyond, frustration continues to mount over the prolonged detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. Many Nigerians openly expressed disappointment, not only with the federal government, but also with African continental bodies and global governance institutions for their failure to ensure his release despite multiple court orders. For an increasing number of citizens, anger over Kanu's incarceration is fueled by Nigeria's deepening economic crisis, worsening insecurity, rampant corruption, and political instability. To them, much of what Kanu predicted years ago about the country's leadership, systemic injustice, and the erosion of public trust has already come to pass. Supporters point out that throughout his years of advocacy for Biafran self-determination, Kanu has never been linked to bearing arms, even as he condemned the violent activities of armed groups. Ironically, some of the very groups he warned about, now recognized globally as terrorist organizations, have been granted amnesty, pardoned, or even absorbed into Nigeria's security forces. What a country and justice system! Adding to the outrage, Nigeria's own courts have on several occasions ordered Kanu's release. Yet the federal government has repeatedly defied these rulings, undermining the judiciary's authority and violating the principle of separation of powers and rule of law. Critics also note that the government's actions breach international laws and treaties Nigeria has signed, exposing the country to accusations of impunity. The calls for Kanu's release have long crossed Nigeria's borders. Voices from across Africa and the international community have condemned what they describe as a blatant abuse of human rights. Still, continental institutions such as the African Union, AU, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have failed to apply meaningful pressure on Nigeria, despite its commitments as a signatory to regional human rights protections. Today, more Nigerians from all regions are speaking out, demanding justice not only for Kanu, but also for the broader rights and freedoms they believe the government has trampled. For them, the case is no longer just about one man's imprisonment. It is about the future of accountability, rule of law, and the fight against corruption in Nigeria. The question remains, if the judiciary has spoken and the international community has raised its voice, why does Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain behind bars? Join Diaspoint in addressing leadership challenges that hinder Africa's path to progress. We believe in fostering a vision that drives Africa towards sustainable development and genuine transformation.